How are you doing, everybody? I hope you're having a great day. I've got a lot to go through, so I'm going to do some puppy tricks really quick, and then I'm going to jump in, and I've only got some resin to smoke, but I've got it ready to go. And then I'm going to blast through the news really quick, because there's a lot to get through. So, first off, look at that sexy dog there, huh? Alright, come here. Come here. Come here. Sit. Don't move. Stay. And I hope everybody is having a good day. I've got like 6 or 7 pages of news to go through. Okay, go ahead. So, when I finally get to it, like I said, I'm going to be blasting through it pretty quick. Alright, come here and sit. Good boy. Alright. And come here. One more. That's it. Stay. And this is for everybody out there who loves Munch and his puppy tricks. This is like everybody's favorite. Him sitting there with a treat on his nose as he drools onto my floor. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Okay. Here. You're such a good boy. Alright. That's it for puppy tricks. Yeah, you can sniff if you want, dude, but you ate them all. And he'd get more than that, but he already did a bunch of puppy tricks and got a bunch of treats already. Okay. Jumping right in. Actually, I'm going to take the time to roll a cigarette. I want a cigarette too. So I'll try to do that as I read some of this stuff. Most of what I'm going to be talking about is about what Justin Trudeau is doing up in Canada and how he is fucking everything up. Because that's pretty much what he's doing. He's just fucking everything up. He's as bad as Biden at this point. Everything he touches is just going to shit. He's smearing the truckers, calling them thieves. And there was one person with a fucking Nazi flag, and Trudeau said that, you know, there was a bunch of people out there, and if you stand with the Nazi flag, and I think it's kind of funny that he says that, considering that he's a racist bitch himself, just a worthless fucking cunt, who is fond of being so racist that he wears blackface. On top of that, he's a traitor, and he's just a dick-smoking piece of shit. The Dems are lying and being hypocritical on a massive front, as some Dems break into the office of the GOP rep's office and took pictures of sensitive material. This sounds like Watergate again to me, but just because Dems did it, they came up with a lie to cover what they're doing, and nothing will come of it. I mean, go figure. I wonder why. Because Dems can do just about anything they want, and the conservative right gets thrown in jail. Like Kyle Rittenhouse, the guy who went and gave aid to people during the riots, and then ended up having to defend himself from being killed. He almost went to jail for defending himself. And this fuck that came up, a BLM guy came up and shot at a politician and hit his clothes. Actually, almost hit him, you know, but hit his clothes. He's out on $200,000 bail, and it's like they're not even serious about pressing charges against him. It's so fucking stupid and sad. So if you're on the left, you can pretty much do whatever you want. And if you're on the right, you can't do anything without persecution. And mainstream media is there to do its job of covering the lies of and the fake stories being pushed by the Democratic left. So anyway, I guess this guy dressed to look like a construction worker, uh, and went in and took pictures of shit that he shouldn't be able to take pictures of. And the media isn't reporting on the freedom truckers other than to try to smear them. And when they do the report on the truckers, they lie about what's going on. Like I said, smearing them. And this is how low the Dems and Trudeau will go. Lying, scandal, hypocritical, cover-ups, as they do things like lie to the people, as the democratic decisions cost human lives. Dems, with their decisions, have killed hundreds of thousands of people with their lies. Now, civil war is in the news again, even though I've been talking about it for about 6 years now. Now, it's become serious enough that the news is picking it up, going, oh my God, we're in trouble. Well, no shit. It's kind of late now, though. You guys fucked the dog on this one. The ignorant mainstream media is just now figuring it out. Now we're dealing with all that along with Russia, Ukraine, and their upcoming battles, and China and Taiwan. The Biden administration has been a complete failure every step of the way. As long as Biden is in office, there will be a continuing downfall, because Biden is an ignorant piece of shit that is driving America into the ground, ruining America. The Build Back Better is a complete joke, just kind of like Trudeau. You know, he's just, everything he touches just falling to shit. He's just a worthless pile of shit. Police in Canada have been seizing food and fuel from the truckers, along with arresting innocent protesters. The RMCP are just pieces of shit, treating people the same way that Nazis treated people. They're scared because the trucker protest is winning, and Trudeau looks more and more like a piece of shit dictator that is hiding from the people. Fuck that pussy. Trudeau is absolutely worthless, just a complete fucktard. A BLM act, oh yeah, I told you about the BLM activist trying to assassinate that guy. It really doesn't make, Munch, shut up. Quit your sniveling. It doesn't really make any sense. More than anything, it just shows the crumbling political parties. And, you know, the truckers want freedom. Autonomous freedom, you know, and freedom to not have to get the vax. And Trudeau says that this fringe group does not hold the same values as he does. Well, the truckers want freedom. So what does that mean Trudeau wants? Well, he wants control and power. You got to watch it, guys. It's happening there. It's happening here. If you don't stand up and do something about it, pretty soon they're going to do something drastic, like take your bank accounts. Oh, wait, that's already happening. Up in Canada, they're freezing people's accounts if they think you're helping the truckers. My advice is to take your money out of the bank, fuck the banks, and bury the money in your backyard where it's safe. Otherwise, if you leave it in the bank, the government will seize it and you'll lose all your money. So my advice is just take all your money out of the bank, bury it in the backyard, fuck them. A new report implicates Biden campaign and Clinton in the spy scandal. Go figure. Spying on Trump. When Trump said he was being spied on, by golly, he was. And this is all found out when they tried to impeach Trump. The truth came out, and it came out that the Democrats were spying and made up the Steele report and everything. So much for that. CNN hires a researcher to try to find out why people believe Joe Rogan and not CNN. Let me sum it up for you. Joe Rogan is willing to talk to people and get to the bottom of things and find the truth. CNN, instead of doing that, creates fake news stories and lies. That is why nobody trusts CNN and they trust Joe Rogan. If you want to have people trust you against CNN, you're going to have to start telling the truth and report real news. It now looks like Russia will pull a red flag to justify invading Ukraine. They're talking about doing a, what do they call it? A chemical bombing or something. Anyway, they're going to use a red flag as an excuse to invade Ukraine. Trudeau is so scared by the peaceful protests that he is freezing bank accounts and making it illegal to help the truckers. So far, over $1 million has been frozen and taken by the pussy Trudeau. In response, people are pulling their money out of the banks so they can control their money, not allowing the government to control it. That's what I said to do. I said it in a previous podcast, and I mean it. Get your money out of those fucking... They're going to take your money. Get it out of there. When you do that, it takes away the government's abilities to control people. Through their bank account, anyway. And their money. Good for the people and politicians that are scared. Good. They need to be scared. They need to do the right thing for the people and stop pushing lies to prop up their agenda and do shit for them. They need to work for the people. People need to stand against the mandates and the dictatorship now. The truckers have started it. Pushing back on the parties that are in power now. This has been long overdue and should have been done when Trudeau first lied and smeared the truckers. He hid and lied and smeared the peaceful trucker protest, showing just how much of a lying piece of shit pussy that he is. Canada now says that they will be freezing, I already said that, bank accounts, causing people, blah, blah, blah. Take it out and put it in your mattress. Do anything. Get it out of the bank. I mean, Trudeau is a blackface-wearing racist piece of shit that is smearing hard-working good people and refuses to even meet with the freedom truckers because he's a worthless, racist pussy that probably also smokes crack and meth. I mean, if he can smear people with no reason, I will too. Trudeau is a dick-smoking, crack-smoking, worthless piece of shit. And actually, that's probably closer to the truth than what he's putting out. But fuck that pussy douchebag terrorist racist fuck. He doesn't want people to have freedom. They are just to do as he says, which is, while he's wearing blackface, of course. He's telling people what they can and can't do. The dictator Trudeau, who looks a lot like Castro, it's kind of funny, does not care about the Canadian people. He just cares about what power he can get. He's such an asshat. What a racist pile of shit he is. The trend of shaming people that show anything but complete adherence to the draconian rules for thee and not for me, as the elites tell you, you must wear masks even though they do not wear masks themselves, showing the hypocritical, ignorant bias being pushed by the traitorous, racist, lying, scandal-ridden Democratic left and Trudeau. Now, since mainstream media prop up the lying left, sadly, most do not know the truth because they simply believe what the idiot box tells them. And they're not telling, people on the news aren't giving both sides of the story. They're only giving the one side. So people, it's not the people's fault. They're just misinformed because the media is lying, misinforming the people. So if you don't get both sides of the story, you should try to find both sides of the story. And then you can see how horribly misled you are by the lying left. Stop listening to what they're saying and watch what they do. That will tell you more than anything. Like the green or like climate change. People say, well, the coast is going to be underwater in 10 years, but then the same guy goes out and buys a house on the coast, on the water. So is it that he doesn't believe that climate change is real, or do you think they're blowing it way out of fucking... I think they're just blowing it way out of fucking... Anyway, they just want you to do what they tell you to do. Don't ask questions, and just, do what they say. I say, stop listening to the lying fools and watch what they're doing. Their actions show their blatant lies and ignorance. Fuck those morons. After watching hundreds of free energy videos, I have found the biggest problem. I'm not going to tell you about that one. Fuck that. As people pull money out of banks to hide it in their mattress, the banks are starting to crumble. The dictator Trudeau just isn't smart enough to understand that people will do what they have to protect their money and family. So he thinks he can try to control them through that. People are taking their money out, and now the institutions are failing. Well done, Trudeau, you ignorant fuck. The banks will continue to crumble, and when it ends up breaking, they'll have a real problem. Who wants to bet that the pussy, crack-smoking, meth-huffing Trudeau blames the truckers for all of his fuck-ups, just like all this shit? I can almost guarantee that is what he does, because that's what cowards do. That's what a cunt he is. Alright, that's what cowards do. They hide, they lie, they say shit. Saying freedom truckers that want freedom do not hold the same views as the government. Even though the truckers just want freedom, that means the government wants a dictatorship. They want their powers and they don't care about the people. If you disagree with anything Trudeau says, there's a chance you'll go to jail. No freedom of speech. Do as you're told or else. Trudeau's a fucktard. I'm going to keep saying it because he's a douchebag. So as far as I can tell for the Dems, the sky is the limit as far as whatever they can do. And as for the Republicans or anyone capable of critical thought, they are being called a racist or terrorist or some other name that they decide to call you. And that's the end of it. That's their whole argument. That's as far, that's all they got as far as they're concerned. You are now the name they called you. And it no longer matters what you say or think. This is the small, closed-minded fucktards on the left and the people who hang with that dick-smoking, crack-smoking Trudeau. By the way, being on the left is the easiest party to be in, which is a very low bar to begin with. But all you have to do to be a Dem is nothing. Just do as you're told. Just do as that's it. That's all you have to do to be a Democrat or a Trudeau follower. You don't have to know anything. You don't have to be capable of critical thought. Just do as you're told. Easiest party to get into. Yeah. And this is growing on a daily basis, separating the elite from the rest of us, the normal people, the less than, the scum, as the elites put up with us to get our money. I mean, that's the only, let's face it, the CEO of Amazon would not sit down to eat with me or anyone I know. Well, maybe Jeremy. Jeremy's a good guy and he's smart. But other than him, there's nobody none of the elites would sit down with me or any of my friends. Because we're not good enough to grace their presence. But that's where we are now. Rumors are now that Canada officials will pull the red flag operations to fake a reason to attack the freedom truckers. One rumor I've heard more than once was that the Canadian officials will plant guns on peaceful protesters and arrest them to make it look like they're evil people so they can go after the freedom truckers. This isn't about COVID anymore. I've said that many times also. It's about power. Trudeau didn't even mention COVID. He's trying to activate emergency power so he can get more power, so he can fuck the people over even more than he already has. Like having the bank accounts frozen, taking away their crowdfunding, arresting people trying to help the freedom truckers. This is just ignorance on the government's end. They need to just admit they fucked up and straighten shit out and do the right thing. Work for the people. Do what the people want. Not what you want. Do what the people want. You fucking douchebag, asshole, faggot, dick smoking douchebag. Get back, buddy. At the Super Bowl, everyone had to wear masks, except for the elites that do not have to follow the rules they set down for other people to follow. Are you comfortable, dude? If you went and you watched the Super Bowl, you could see that everybody in the stands had to wear masks. But up in the booths, all the elites were out there partying, drinking champagne, no mask, no fucking nothing. Rules for thee, not for me. You gotta do it. You listen to what they say. They get to do whatever they want. But people are getting tired of this. They're not going to put up with it for much longer. And when I say they're not going to put up with it, it's going to get ugly. When people start to fight back, it's going to get bad quick. Now there's a woman blocking traffic because she thinks that she is right, except for the fact that she is absolutely wrong because this Karen only watches CNN. Gee whiz, go figure. A restaurant that had a server that wore a BLM face mask, obviously a Karen that is dumb as fuck, got upset after flouting her BLM mask in front of everybody, whether they wanted to see it or not. And then she got upset when, in the tip margin, the people put down "All Lives Matter." Oh, you poor thing. Somebody used logic on you and you didn't like it. Tough shit, Karen. Whatever your fucking name is, you dumb cunt. She learned a lesson that most people won't jump in with her ignorant shit. The customers put "All Lives Matter" in the tip line because all lives matter. We're human. Fucking ignorant fucks. She thinks she is special, and she is. She's very, very special. And when I say very special, I mean she's slow as fuck, small-minded, ignorant. Teachers are now saying parents should stay out of what is being taught to your kids. No. They want you to just stay away and let them teach your kids whatever they want, which means they want to teach your kids that black kids are repressed and being pushed down and white kids are racist. That's why people are getting upset. Gee whiz, I wonder why. I think any teacher that doesn't like it should be fired. We don't need teachers in there teaching this stupid shit. Teach them reading, writing, and arithmetic, and keep your fucking politics at home. The politicians that had an assassination attempt against them are saying that it is because there is no way the guy could miss at such a close range, that it wasn't a real attempt. Once again, it is being said by somebody that has no idea about guns and what they actually are capable of. It's very easy to miss a person with a pistol from 10 feet away because when you pull a pistol, you jerk it, you pull it, you're moving it around. People think it's like the movies where one shot can kill 3 people. Boom, and all in a line. Those are the stupid fucks making laws. No, that's not what happens. Fucking morons. First and foremost, a firearm is a tool for protection. The left sees it as an automatic killing machine. The firearm actually assumes the personality of the lunatic that's holding it. So if you're a sociopath, then yeah, the gun is dangerous, only because a fool is holding the gun. I've had a pistol since I was 21, I've been shot at twice, and I've never shot at anybody because I got a gun. It doesn't give me a right to kill people. People are dumb. They're worried about me and my gun when they're driving around these 5,000-pound killing machines, and the only thing keeping us safe from each other is a painted line on the road. It's true. Guns don't kill people any more than cars do. People kill people. The firearm is just a tool to fulfill the wishes of a fucked in the head moron. No different than a car or a hammer. Both can kill people. Guns are not the problem. The mental health problem is the problem. Not guns, you fucking morons. It is all common knowledge that Biden withheld $1 billion from Ukraine if they didn't do what he wanted, which was fire a prosecutor that was looking into a business that his son was in. An actual quid pro quo like that, they actually tried blaming Trump for. What they were doing is hiding what Biden did. They've been doing everything they blame Trump of doing, the Dems have been doing. They did it in front of everybody and then lied about it. And there's even a video of Biden saying it. So, and they can't hide it. The problem is people don't dig for the truth, so they don't know about it. Or if you tell them about it, they say, oh, that's not true. And then you show it to them, and they're like, oh, fuck, I didn't know that was going on. Yeah, because the mainstream media isn't telling you about it. Just because they're not telling you about it doesn't mean it's not happening. It just means they're hiding news from you. Yeah, I'm going to skip that one. All right. Now, because of the chaos from the line left, shit's gone sideways. Oh, I started on the wrong page. Society is a airplane in a slow motion nosedive. No way to stop it, no air brakes, it's going to crash no matter what. Dems put the plane in the dive and then ripped out the controls to ensure that it would fucking smash up. What can be done about it? Well, the obvious. Crash and burn. Conservatives want to try to solve the problem and save the people and the plane, while Dems just want to see it crash. And that is what the Dems plan. Crash the plane, then rebuild it the way they want. This is the Biden administration Build Back Better. And Trudeau's plan for Canada is along the same lines. Like I said, if I lived in Canada, I'd take all my money out of the bank and bury it in the backyard. It's safer there. Fuck Biden and fuck Trudeau. They only care about the power they can grab. They do not care about the people or whether or not they die. If people gotta die for them to gain power, then so be it. They do not care because it does not affect them. The worthless fucktards. They do shit like that and then act surprised when people go crazy. BLM like Biden is losing ground as people are moving away from those lying, fake news pushing agenda-driven piles of shit. As Dems online continue to lie about the people causing more deaths that are a direct result of the lies pushed by the Democrats. Democrats have killed thousands with their lies, and they continue to lie because apparently they're alright with people dying so they can push their agenda. As long as the Dems gain power from it, it's all good. Like Rogan, they said he was pushing dangerous information that could hurt people. But every bit of information that he put out there, none of it would hurt anybody. None of it. Nobody would get killed by any of the information he put out there. Now, the Democrats, on the other hand, they put out information that do get people killed. And it happens all the time, and many thousands of people have died because of the Democrats' misinformation. Now, because of the chaos from the lying left, shit's gone sideways, and he will be ignorant for the rest of his life, and he will not be believed ever again. Biden and Trudeau have fucked themselves into a corner where nobody will believe them because, you know, it's just, you lie so much you cry wolf. No, what happens? Pretty soon people just don't believe you anymore. They've cried wolf so much that nobody's going to believe them ever again. So how can the latest thing for COVID be called a vax when it does none of that, when it doesn't help anybody? Well, because they've changed the definition of what a vaccine is. You know, they just moved the goalpost to fit their agenda. They lied to the people again, and people are going to die because of it. No problem. The Democratic left said it, so it's okay. People can die. They don't care. They got the power they wanted out of it. Civil war looms in the U.S., and this is while Russia is getting ready to pull a red flag operation to make it okay to invade Ukraine. You want to do it and make it look like, Ukraine started it, so the red flag op is a perfect vehicle. China prepares to invade Taiwan, and war games are ramping up all over the world in the oceans. Countries all over are canceling COVID and lockdowns and mask mandates, ending the COVID debacle. The countries that aren't in the places where people are power hungry get to have that in. Places like here in the United States, though, not so good. It hasn't been about COVID for some time because it's been about power. Canada may be able to freeze bank accounts, but like I said, if you take your money out of the bank, they can't do anything about it. They want to stop people from helping the freedom truckers. My advice, help the freedom truckers. Take the money out of the banks. Fuck them. Their freedom truckers are fighting for the people who are too fucking stupid or lazy to fight for themselves. Least you could do is help them out. Give them gas. Give them food. I'm so tired of the bullshit. It's just so fucking stupid. I'm sorry, I didn't smoke anything because I'm already high and I didn't actually feel like smoking resin. Because it's a pain in the ass and it takes forever. I'll smoke afterwards. So if you're in Canada, pull your money out of the bank. Bury it in the backyard. Watch out for red flag operations. They're going to happen because people want power. And they're already in power. The people in power want more power. The wars are still looming over all over the world. War games are going on. China has targets painted in their desert to resemble our warships and carriers so they can practice bombing it. All this shit's going on. The mainstream media isn't reporting on it because, well, they don't want you to know the truth. Know the truth. Dig for it. Just a little bit. If fucking mainstream media says everything is okay, it's a lie. Dig for it. Find out what's fucked up. Alright, I'm going to end this shit because it's been a long ass video. Peace. I love you fuckers. Be careful. Stand in unity with the truckers and other people who are peacefully protesting this fucking power-hungry grab from the Democrats and people like Trudeau. And don't forget, Trudeau's a crack-smoking, racist piece of shit. So, there you go. And I mean it. Because if he can smear people, I can too. Biden, you're a fucking crack-smoking, ignorant, sundowning piece of shit. Trudeau, you're a fucking meth-smoking asshole. Fuck off. Now to the stoners out there, have a good day. I love you fuckers. I hope everything goes your way. Peace. You can't love everybody, so let's try not to hate except for Trudeau. Fuck that blackface wearing piece of shit. And Biden. The whole fucking Biden administration. Fuck them all. Yeah, that's it. Peace. I love you guys. Have a good day. Be careful. And watch out for any mainstream media or government entity that says things are fine. When if mainstream media and government politicians, if their lips are moving, they're lying. Just know that. Alright, peace. I love you fuckers. Hang in there and let's stay high, bitches.